Lanvin. Lahum. Stuff is citrus. You get citrus top note, real sharp citrus like Dolce & Gabbana light blue citrus, lemony, bergamot. Then you move into a dry down, which is sandalwood. Then you get, I feel you get a dry down into suede or leather. Then you go into sandalwood. Then and amongst that there is a tinge of musk, just a tinge musk, right? So I don't really get that in this, the musk. If I had to break it down, I would go citrus top note, leather, and then into sandalwood base. So that's what I get off this. And this is a great summertime. This is a great spring. Uh, I would say this is more of a daytime fragrance. Projection, 1 foot. Not too projecty. All right, great for the office. Longevity, you know, maybe like 2 or 3 hours at the most. At the most, that'd be max. Honestly, if you get an hour or two out of this, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm bad mouthing it, but this is, like I said, this is one of the first ones that I came up on after Whitewater. So this is like my first ultra modern cologne at the time, back 2003 or prior. That yeah, I would say this is the first ultra modern cologne that I went into. Because I didn't want to get the one that everyone else was getting. And everyone else was getting what? Aqua di Gio, okay? You want to smell clean, fresh, aquatic. My buddy was into Liz Claiborne, okay? Which I feel like it's a little bit too much on the musk side. This is more clean, and that's kind of, I don't know, what I was going for. I was playing a lot of sports at the time, so I like to smell clean when I could. So, yep, that's my take on it. You can check out the bottle. It has a little cap that it comes with. It has some little, like, I don't know, whatever, little latch thing that can go over this. But this is a tester. You can pick these up for like 30-40 bucks online, really cheap. Fragrance Net, Perfume Empire. That's what I use here in Cali, and just a great crowd pleaser. I have gotten compliments on this from another guy, so take that for what it is. But we did the round robin at Sephora when I worked there, and this was one that made it through to the finals. This one and Chromazaro, very similar in my opinion. This one a little bit more on the citrus side. Now, the other ones, if you're wondering who else made it through the finals, it was Escada, Sentiment, and as far as for men, and Michael for Men by Michael Kors, which at the time was a different formula. So Michael for Men was a suggestion by someone who worked there, which, wow, what a mind blower that one was. And Escada Sentiment was another kind of recommendation. We had a lot of bottles sitting around full testers, like, because you get the testers at the end of the day or a week or however, I forgot how they did that, but they'll give you some testers sometimes to take home, and obviously the better ones were like half empty and quarter full. This one obviously was at the time full. The Escada we always had lots of full Escadas. I don't know why people didn't like Sentiment as much as at the time, but it did come out during some other very famous colognes that got real hyped up, so maybe it just wasn't enough of a hype piece. And it did come after the Escada Magnetism, which was really fruity, really, just like candy, tangy, sour Patch Kids kind of thing going on there for like Lolita Lampica almost, as far as on the woman's side. And on the men's side, they had Sentiment, and it was less like that. And anyway, it's kind of a weird niche fragrance, and that's another one that made it to the final. That's one that I chose, as well as someone else that chose, the same guy, but he chose Michael, and he was dang right on that. I chose this, and I guess, I don't know, maybe I have yet to be proven, but I like it. It's clean. It's a great pickup for summertime. Okay, all right. Oh, daytime. This is good daytime wear. Like I said, projection 1 foot, 2 foot max. Longevity, a couple hours. And like if you want to make an impression all day with this thing, you're gonna have to be respraying. But if you're gonna be around a lot of people, crowded room, you know, this is a good one. Be careful, you can't overspray this. I thought I couldn't. I was on my way to an important meeting and got an Uber, and the guy did one of those like held his breath and then like was like yeah sure like pretending to listen to me and then like rolled down just my back window, so that'll tell you can't overspray this. It can happen, and when that does, by the way, you really get people get like it's just the sandalwood is what really takes over. You would think it would be something else in there, maybe even the musk or the citrus. When you smell it, you would think the citrus would take over if you overspray this. But really, what takes over is the sandalwood. And you would think that people can't get too much sandalwood. Oh, they can. I started to smell myself when we got into the room after I got out, and man, I felt bad. Anyway, great pickup. Lanvin Lahome. All right, thanks. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Yeah, all that stuff. Bye.